Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video, I will show you how you can create a free website using Google Sites. To access Google Sites, just open up your web browser, and then what we want to type in is sites.google.com. So just type this into the search bar. We can then click on enter, and just like that, we now have access to Google Sites. Now, for the sake of this tutorial, I have created a brand new Google account where I have no sites in here. However, at the bottom, any sites that you create are going to show up right here. So if you created, let's say, 4 different websites, then they would all show up right here, and you can click in and edit them at any time. Now, at the top here, we also have access to either create a blank website, or we can choose from any of these templates. We can also get access to more templates by clicking on the template gallery. And then these are all of the templates that we can get inside of Google Sites. So for example, if you are creating a restaurant, you might want to use the restaurant template. We can just click into it right here, and then it's going to open the template right here, and we can go through and make any changes that we need to make. However, as this is a tutorial, I'm going to start off with a blank brand new website. So all we are going to do is click on blank site, and just like that, it's now going to take us in to the editor. Now, the very first thing that you want to do when we create a website is add in a title and logo. As you can see, this site is currently untitled, and we want to add a site name in right here. And let's say in this example, I am building a coffee review website. So let's just call this GeForce Coffee. We can enter the title in there. And as soon as we click out, you will see once I add that title, it's also going to title the website. So awesome. We can then go down and add a logo right here. So if you do have a logo, then we can add a logo right here. Then click on upload. And then we can go ahead and upload the logo. So I'm just going to go in and select my company logo right here. And as you can see, that is now added in. And then when we are in this menu, so once we click into logo right here, we click edit logo. If we scroll down, you can see we also have the option to add a favicon. Now, if you don't know what a favicon is, it's this little icon that you can see that shows up in the tab of websites. So this is like a Google Docs favicon, this is Google Sites favicon, and we want to add our own to make this look extra professional. So all we have to do is go add favicon, upload, and just upload that same logo. And now when somebody adds your website as a tag, your favicon is going to show up right here. Awesome. So we now have all of that added. Let's back out of this right here and close this down. And now we can move on to the actual editor. So right here at the top, this is the website header. And usually this is going to contain the title of your website, as well as a navigation menu. So how people can flick across to different pages on your website. We can add the navigation menu and pages in later. But for now, let's just go ahead and create a page title. So people already know the name of my brand. So in here, I'm going to say the best coffee reviews, just like this. Once you have typed that in, you will notice along the top, we have this formatting menu. So in here, we can change things like the font. We can change things like the font size, whether this is bold, underlined, whether we want to add a link or anything like that. And to actually change the title, we first of all need to highlight the title, and then we can go in and use any of these options. So I can go into fonts, and let's say I want to change this to Arial. We can select that right there. And as you can see, the font is going to change. We can also do the same for the font size. So I actually quite like this, but if we did want to change this, we could right there. If you make any mistakes or you change something on your website and you want to go back, well, we have these 2 buttons up in the top right corner to undo and redo. So if I click on undo, that is going to undo my most recent change. And then if I click redo, that's going to bring it back. So let's just go undo and bring this back to 64. We can then bold, we can italicize and underline. So I actually just want to bold this. And then we can also change the text color. So let's leave this for now, but maybe we will want to change this, because the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to add an image into this header. So if we hover over the header right here, you can see we have image, and we can click in and we can upload or select an image. If we click on select, this is going to give us access to Google's stock photos. And I'll be honest, you usually can't find the best things in here. Like I'm looking to create a coffee website. There's nothing really here that relates to coffee. So to grab images for your website, the images that you will use, the best website I have found is this website right here called Pexels. All of these images are royalty free. You can use them on your website. And this is the website that I use to get images for pretty much everything I create. So I can come in here and let's search for coffee. And then as you can see, we have some beautiful coffee images right here. So if this is about coffee reviews, we might want to try a few and just see which one fits the website the best. So I'm actually going to download these 3 right here. Then we can go back over to the website, click on image, and this time we want to click on upload. And then we can go through and try out all of these images. So that one looks pretty good right there. But let's go in and upload and choose a different one. We have that one. I don't really like that one. And then the last one that we have to try is this one right here. Okay, so I actually prefer the original one that we had, but you can try this out as many times as you like and really figure out which one is going to fit your website the best. Awesome, so we now have the image and the text. The last thing that we can do when it comes to the header is click into the header type, and we can choose kind of the style of how this header looks. So we can go for cover like this. That's way too big, I don't really like that. We can go for a large banner, a regular banner, or title only. So I'm actually going to have this as a large banner. Perfect. So we now have the header for the website complete. Now let's move down, and in this white section at the bottom, this is where we can actually go ahead and start building out the website. Now we essentially have 2 different options to do this. We can either grab content blocks right here, and essentially this is Google doing the formatting for us. So if I was to grab a content block, and we can see all of the content blocks are different. So this one is an image, and then it has text on the right hand side. This has 2 images with text underneath. We just then have images, 3 images with text underneath. You get the idea. So I could drop one of these in, and then all I have to do, now I have the content block, is I can go in and just start typing something out. So as an example, I could say about me. We could add that in right there. Then we can go down and add in some text right here. So we can add that in right there. And then once again, once this is added in, we can just highlight, and we can use this bar at the top to customize how this text is going to look. So let's once again switch this to Arial, so we have the same look as the title. Maybe we want to change this to more of a black color, just like that. And awesome, I'm happy with that. We can then go over to the image, and we can upload an image. So let's go back over to Pexels and try find a man drinking coffee. And we could maybe go for this one right here. So I'm going to download this. Then we take it back over to the website, click on upload, and then we can upload the image that we just got. So right now you can see this is not really in frame. So to reframe this, we can just click on this button. And just like that, this is now going to be added in. So maybe I'm not actually going to type this out, but it will probably look better if we added some more text right here, just so that was the same size. And that is how we can use content blocks. We just add them in. Click to add the title, click to add the text, click to add the images. Very nice and very simple, right? Or alternatively, we can get more customization by using these individual element buttons to place things on the website. So we can go down and see all of the different options that we have here. For example, we can drop in an image carousel and just add in some images right here. So I'm just going to go through and add the 3 images that we grabbed earlier. They are added. We can click on insert. And then this image carousel is now added in. So we can drag to choose how big we want this to be, and maybe drop this in the center right here. And then this is going to scroll along and show all of the images that we just added. We could also add maybe a button somewhere on the website. So we can click on the button, and let's say that this is read now. And then we can add a link right here. And just like that, this button is now added. So we can drag this around, drop this wherever we want to on the website. Just like that. And that is how we can use the individual elements. We could also grab some social links right here. And we could say that this is for like, say Facebook, say YouTube. Of course, you would add your actual social links. But just in this example, we can add these in. Click on insert, and they will be added right there. We can then go through this top option and choose these along the top, how this looks, how this is going to be. And then we can drag these to where we want on the website. So with these, it's more of a thing I would say to play around with, because I can't go through each individual one of these elements, but they are very easy to use. You just click on the element that you want to add in. Let's say, for example, a map. Then it says enter location. So let's just say London. We drop that in right there, select, and that map is now going to be added. So we can just resize this, add this to the website, and that is how you can go ahead and customize the homepage of your website. Next, let's take a look at pages. So this is where we can add the navigation menu and different pages to the website. To add a new page, we can click on this plus icon, and then as you can see, we have a few different options. The new page option is just going to add a new page to your website. So let's check that out first. We can say new page, and then in here, we can say, let's say coffee bean reviews. Then we can click on done. And just like that, this new page has now been added, as well as automatically creating this navigation bar at the top. So we can simply flick along between home and the coffee bean reviews. So all we would do, now we are on coffee bean reviews and we are on this new page, we just go into insert and then build this page out in the exact same way. So we could maybe add a content block and say this is the number one coffee bean. So we just say number one coffee bean. And then we can start typing out right here. We can add an image of this coffee bean. You get the idea. That's how we can build our pages. So we can go back in. If you want to delete a page, we just hover over the page and then we can click on delete. We can also hide from navigation. So as you can see, the navigation bar will now be hidden. We can show it again and that's now going to be added back. We can also go up. If you want to make this your home page, you can duplicate the page. And what we can also do is add a sub page. So as an example, let's just go and create a new page. We can call this like blog posts. And that new page is added. As you can see, it's also added to the navigation bar. But if I add a sub page, it's going to allow me to have a drop down menu. So in here, I could maybe say best coffee beans, add that sub page, go in, add a new sub page, say best coffee grinders, just like that. And now you can see I have a drop down menu where I can select what page I want to go to. So that's how you can use sub pages. Also in the pages section, we have new link. So this is if you want to add something to the navigation menu that directs people off site. So I could go in and click new link and then add a name for this. We'll just say, for example, link, and then add the link in right here. And then what this is going to do is add a link. So if somebody clicks on this, they will be taken off site to wherever you directed that link to. Then the final thing to cover here is new menu section. So this is similar to sub pages. So what I mean by this is you can see for this sub page, we have blog posts, and this is an actual page, right? But if I wanted to add sub posts like this, but I didn't want blog posts to be clickable, then the way that I would do this is by adding a menu section. So I would just add this, and let's say once again, blog posts, and then I can go in and add a sub page to this. So we'll just say test 1, add sub page, test 2. And then you can see that this blog post is clickable, but this isn't. If I try to click on blog posts, it doesn't let me. I only have the pages to click, whereas this one I can click and I have the pages beneath it. I hope that makes sense. So that is pages right there. And then we can also go to themes and you can change the overall theme of your website. So by default, this is set to simple, but I can change to Aristotle and you can see the theme of the page is going to change. Diplomat will change the theme again. We can click in. And then we can also choose the main color that is used on the website. So I quite like simple, but let's maybe go for kind of like a brown color if we can right here. So I'll go orange and then tone this like way down towards like here. I quite like that. Awesome. So that's how we can add themes right there. The final thing that we can do is actually publish this website. So once you have finished making all of these changes to your website, what we can then do is click on publish right here. And then we can change the web address. So by default, this is your domain. So sites.google.com/ and then what we choose here. So I will leave this as GeForce Coffee. So this would be my domain with this sites.google.com. So this is okay if you are kind of like a beginner, if this is your first website, but it doesn't look super professional. Instead, I would want something like www.GeForceCoffee without all of this at the start. So to add this, you actually have to own the domain already. And then once you do, we can just click Start Setup, enter in the domain that you own, and you can connect that up. But you don't have to. We can just go ahead and publish this right here. And that website is now going to be published. And then once that website is published, I can go to the website right here. Let's go to home. And just like that, I can see my published website on the internet. So that is how you can create a free website on Google Sites. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.